Stakes rise for Singapore's big crypto bet. This just came out, in fact, right after China has virtually banned everything dealing with Bitcoin here. This came out in the Financial Times. Also, folks, if you're interested in legally getting your income taxes to zero, how to get a second passport, as quick as 45 days, do 3 things. Hit the subscribe button on the right of your screen right here. You'll get new videos automatically as they come out. And number 2 is I would like to hear from you if you got a question or comment. And number 3 is go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help. All right, now, outlawed by China, facing a clampdown in South Korea and new restrictions in Hong Kong, the cryptocurrency industry has seized upon Singapore as an unlikely Asian alternative. MAS, which is the Monetary Authority of Singapore, has really embraced this, which is real good news for not just Bitcoin, but the other cryptocurrencies too. Because remember, Singapore is a very big financial hub, and it's and by them embracing it, this is very positive across the world for Bitcoin. Now, the country of 5.5 million people has long relied on financial services, it talks about in the article, to help power its $344 billion economy. And it's now locked in an intensifying race with Hong Kong, Tokyo for the crown global financial hub in Asia. Now, it went on to say its embrace of the sector has extended to fintechs seeking to disrupt traditional banking. In a socially conservative country, authorities have not just extolled the potential benefits of crypto, but backed it with legal legislation that's come out. Now, since January 2020, crypto companies have been able to apply for operating licenses under the Payment Services Act. This was the law that regulates companies handling digital payments and trading of tokens such as Bitcoin. You're going to see some of the banks now get into cryptocurrency, and I think this is going to kind of send a wave across the world. I'm talking about big banks, which I'll be going over here. Technologies that underpin crypto products and digital tokens have the potential to power the new generation of financial services. Lu Sui Ying, Assistant Managing Director of the Monetary Authority of Singapore, also called MAS. This is the big regulatory authority that really overlooks Singapore. Really a strict organization too. But they're going to be overseeing the payments and financial crime group, told the Financial Times this. And beneath the receptionist, however, lies a cold calculation from policyholders. Opening Singapore's doors to the mushrooming crypto industry could yet prove a key weapon in the country's quest to the dominant financial hub in Asia, and ultimately one to be reckoned with globally. Now, Singapore's openness stands in sharp contrast to the increasingly bitter exchanges in other jurisdictions. Now, Coinbase, the biggest listed crypto exchange in September, fired a broadside on Twitter against the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission's complaining about sketchy behavior. Now, Binance placed on investor alert list, but as Beijing, Seoul, and Hong Kong cool on crypto, the potential hazards of its approach are emerging. Now, it went on to say here that nowhere in this is clearer than in the management of Binance, one of the largest global crypto exchanges, whose influential founder, Xingping CZ Zhao, is based in Singapore. Now, the company has been the subject of censure by other regulators this year over issues including consumer protection, compliance with anti-money laundering rules. Now, Binance has said it takes its compliance obligations seriously and has tightened some of its customer verification requirements. Now, MAS, again, which is called the Monetary Authority of Singapore, in September put Binance's global site on its investor alert list, a move that effectively prevented Singaporean customers from using it. But the regulator left the local, strictly regulated version of the site unaffected, meaning Singaporeans could use that local site even as the company came under fire globally. Now, this is really big for people that are big in Bitcoin, because Singapore is a very highly regulated country, and by Singapore coming in and giving this leeway is going to be really big for the industry of cryptocurrency. Now, it went on to say that when operators of crypto exchanges are in open revolt against financial watchdogs elsewhere. Analysts say that it may be a ground to be gained by those regulators who play the good cop. Now, Singapore balances being extremely socially conservative with being bold in capital markets, said Hasib Kursor, managing partner of Dragonfly Capital. This is a global crypto-focused venture capital fund with a Singapore presence. They have to show that they are open to innovation, friendly to business, and to people taking financial risk, he stated. Now, in contrast to the U.S. government or U.S. Congress, the Singapore government has taken a lead role in shaping the development of the industry. Alongside Binance, some of the world's biggest crypto exchanges, including Gemini, Coinbase, and Crypto.com, have all applied for licenses to operate. Now, while they wait, many of them have been granted exemptions, meaning that they can serve retail and institutional investors. On Friday, the regulator granted the first full license to Australia-based exchange Independent Reserve. Now, domestic banks muscle in on the boom. The approach has drawn applause from those in the fast-growing industry. Now, they went on to say that Singapore thinks so long-term about the stuff, said the founder of one of cryptocurrency startups that caters to wealthy individuals and family offices. Years ago, I went to hear Vitalik Buterin, Ethereum's co-founder, speaks in town, and in my row there were three people from Moss painstakingly taking notes. And then it went on to say that our authorities encouragement of the industry and regulation of it offers important safeguards, said Sanders Logs, head of institutional clients at crypto-focused Swiss bank SEBA, which is expanding its presence in Singapore. Now, almost 20% of applications have been withdrawn or rejected by Moss for not meeting its standards on money laundering controls, terrorism financing, and or technology risk. Companies that haven't had established standards, they're going to probably have a difficult time obtaining licenses or being able to conduct business how they normally do, said Logs. Now, Ethereum is the most popular cryptocurrency among the Singaporean crypto holders. To give you an example of the percentages of crypto held by Singaporeans, Ethereum is the biggest, Bitcoin is the second biggest, and then you have other cryptocurrencies following like Cardano, Binance Coin, Ripple, Tether, Polkadot, and Chainlink. Now, nor is it just foreign crypto exchanges expanding into Singapore. The country's domestic banks are trying to muscle in on the boom. The brokerage arm of DBS, the country's biggest bank, received approval in principle from the MAS in August to begin offering crypto services such as trading Bitcoin to institutional investors. The bank last launched a digital exchange offering cryptocurrency trading and custodial services to some accredited investors. And then it went on to say that it's important for Singapore to remain a global financial hub and to prepare ourselves for the digital mainstream, said Inc. Kwok Seet Moy, head of capital markets at DBS. Now's the time for us to help transform capital markets. And this is DBS that's looking into actually getting involved with this. That's one of the biggest, most solid banks in the world. The appetite for crypto has extended to Singapore's sovereign wealth fund, GIC, which this year invested in the Hong Kong-based parent of crypto exchange OSL. Now, Venture or Vertex Ventures, a venture capital fund owned by state bank investment company Temasek, is a backer of Binance Asia, the exchange's Singapore unit. Now, Japan is the biggest threat. China's declaration last week that all crypto activities were illegal did not just sharpen the appeal of Singapore, it left little doubt that Japan is now the country's biggest threat in the flight to Asia's capital or crypto center. Now, Japan's regulator has spent the longest trying to balance the risk and reward of embracing crypto. The Financial Services Agency was the first to recognize the legality of crypto assets, and the Japanese government was the first in the world to define a crypto exchange business in 2017. Now, they did so in a bid to establish a reputation for embracing innovation in this new area of finance, but Japan's experience also highlights the potential pitfalls facing Singapore. Even as the FSA moved to draw up regulations. Japanese courts were still unraveling the collapse of the Tokyo-based Mt. Gox exchange, which once handled 80% of the global Bitcoin trading. Not long after Japan had taken the lead in legitimizing the exchanges, Japanese customers of CoinCheck fell victim to a virtual heist of XEM coins, then worth about 500 million. Now, the episode damaged the FSA's reputation and its implicit assertion that by legalizing crypto first, it was also further ahead in knowing how to protect customers from the many potential perils. The head of one crypto exchange registered in Japan who deals with the FSA says the regulator is wrestling with a dilemma. Now, they are desperate to present Japan as the preeminent hub of financial innovation, and a welcoming face for crypto is a good way to do that. The crypto executive said at the same time, they can see how significant the risks are because of just how young Japanese are and heavily invested in this now. Now, the surge this year in the price of Bitcoin, the best-known cryptocurrency, has attracted high-profile investors such as Paul Tudor Jones and Stanley Druckenmiller. He was the one who was, he kind of took over the quantum fund after Rogers had left the fund itself. Now, Art Invest founder Kathy Wood is an evangelist for the cryptocurrency, forecasting that it will be worth $500,000 in 5 years. She's talking about Bitcoin. Now, the biggest question for governments, said Wood, would be how they decide to balance the threat of disruption posed by crypto and the benefits of the financial activity that comes with it. It's going to be very difficult to shut decentralized financial services down, she said. Countries understand that if they want to attract innovation, they need friendly regulatory regimes working alongside the innovators as opposed to at cross purposes. Now, Singapore's gambling, it has struck the right balance. And, I think what's going to determine that is how many other countries come in and do what Singapore's done. That's a huge plus in the cryptocurrency market, because Singapore is very strict, probably one of the strictest countries in the world. They've got very solid markets there, so this is a real good endorsement for that. We're also, if you're looking at getting citizenship in St. Kitts, we have developers now that are taking cryptocurrencies, also sellers, not just developers, but also sellers, private sellers that are doing this too. So if you want to learn more on this, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and hit the top bar that says apply with us, fill out the questions. It says send it to us, and we'll get back with you. We deal with over 100 citizenship by investment, residency by investment countries all over the world. And I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, put it below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button on the right of your screen right here, and you'll get new videos as they come out. Folks, we got over 500 videos right now. You need to get in here and learn this. You get a lot from these videos, looking at them individually. And I'll look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.